Hey guys, it is Monday here in West Virginia, so it is time for us to do our Mopar Monday, and we have a couple of modern Mopar muscle cars to show you in high impact colors too, so it's kind of nostalgic for the old school stuff from the early 70s. And they are both from the same release. This release is from 2022. It is their release 3. And we have version A and B of the 2019 Dodge Challenger RT Scat Pack. So this is the lower horsepower ones, but they still look just as good. So here is version A. This is in Tour Red. In some ways, it almost looks like Hemi Orange. I got a couple of cars in Hemi Orange, and it looks similar. Not exact, because it is more red than orange, but it is like a reddish orange. So, or an orangish red, I should say. So, really cool looking car. And this, once again, is the 2022 Release 3 version A. And the premium facts on this one is the 2019 Challenger RT Scat Pack came standard with a 6-speed manual transmission, but customers could opt for an 8-speed automatic. The Challenger wide body was introduced on the 2018 model year. That's cool to know. So that's kind of cool too, because I think back in the 60s and 70s is the same way. It came stock with the manual shift, and then you could opt for the automatic, I think. But anyways, still really cool. You could get stick shift or automatic. I think most of them nowadays are autos, especially the ones with the big horsepower, like the super stocks and the what is it? The Demon. Sorry, I can't believe I forgot that nameplate. So, anyways, let's flip it over here and take a look and see what was in this lineup for the Release 3 in 2022. In your vintage muscle, you had a 1965 Ford GT40 MK1. That's one of their most popular castings, I believe. A 1964 Pontiac Grand Prix Royal Bobcat. That's cool, Royal Bobcat. I didn't know they actually had any kind of power add-ons for the 64 Grand Prix. I know about their late 60s GTOs, like the 68s and 9s. But anyways, yeah, that's probably one of Autoworld's more estimated like cars. Really, underestimated is probably not the correct word, but I guess it's just one car that I think is beautifully done, and they're not as valuable as like some of the other cars. And then they have their Sports Utility Series. It's a 2017 Jeep JK Wrangler Chief Edition, and it has new parts tooling, so it must have some new accessories on it. Then they have their Luxury Cruisers, which has the 1975 Cadillac Coupe de Ville. And last but not least is the Modern Muscle Series. It has this guy here, 2019 Dodge Challenger RT Scat Pack, and a 2012 Ford Mustang GT So, let's go ahead and get him off the card. I've already broken the glue loose on the bottom and the side, so I can flip it open like so. It kind of flips open like a lid. And here it is. Very nicely done car. The only thing I wish they would have continued doing is blacked out these little wedges in the corner, the little triangle that's there for, I think, structural support on the A-pillar. I don't know why, because a lot of their other cars have really thin A-pillars too, and they don't have this wedge there. And the mirrors on a Challenger do not mount in the corner of the door window and the A-pillar there. They mount on the side on a pedestal like old school muscle cars did. So the only thing I can think of why they had it is for structural support. And the first couple releases, they painted them black and they were barely noticeable, but now they don't even try. Occasionally you'll see one. I think the Yellow Demon that we unboxed the other week had the little wedges painted black. And that was cool because of the fact that the car was bright yellow and they really stick out bad on bright colors. So you couldn't see it. Then that's the one thing I do have against the Autoworld Challengers is that little area there. And if they blacked it out, it would not be so bad. So this guy here, hood opens very nicely on this. I'm not having any problems with it like I do on some of them. And you could see the Hemi down in there and all the detail, which once again, Autoworld is second to none with the engine compartment detail under 164 stuff, especially for the price range. They do a great job. And the gaps are usually lined up fairly good on some stuff. Sometimes it can be off a little, but it's nowhere near as bad as some of its competitors. So they do a fairly good job with keeping the gaps even, parts closing tight and things like that. Sometimes too snug where you can't get them open easily. I run into that a lot. So you have your RT emblem on the fender leg there. And then you have, I'm just looking to see, there's no emblem or anything in the tail stripe. I was just seeing if it has like Scat Pack or RT or something like that. So nice hood, well detailed with the inverted scoops and the regular scoop. Detail on the tail panel is very good. And the license plate is a vanity plate of the color. It says Tor Red. Nice detail for the exhaust tips coming out and underneath the rear bumper cover. And the wheels are accurate to split 5 spokes. Nice detailed interior, what you can see of it. The base is nicely detailed too. Unlike a lot of its competitors. A lot of guys are now getting cheap and just doing flat metal bases. Like Green Light for one. That's the one thing I do not like that they're doing. They're lacking detail on their bases. Which a lot of times you don't see underneath the car. But for the prices you're paying for them comparing to these, actually Autoworld, I think the SRP is cheaper for Autoworlds than Green Light, and Autoworld offers like superior detail compared to Green Light. Green Lights are not bad, don't get me wrong, but the Autoworlds really cannot be beat, especially for the price range. So this premium facts on this one. The RT Scat Pack upped the horsepower to 485 horsepower as compared to the 375 horsepower on the standard RT. The 2019 Challenger RT Scat Pack uses the same style hood as the 2018 Challenger Hellcat. And this is Sublime. That's the original like color back in 70, 71. That bright, high impact green. So let's get him off the card and take a look at him. And once again, pretty much, well, not pretty much, it is the exact same car, just in this Sublime green, which is really cool. Once again, wish these were blacked out. I may actually try to take a Sharpie and black those out with the fine tip Sharpie, or try to get a very fine paintbrush and try to black those out. I just wish they would do it from the factory. And the plate on this one says Sublime. Very cool. And looks like there's some paint error here on the rear bumper cover that kind of went over the line a little bit, but it's okay. I can deal with that. And nice detail on the tail lights. And nice detail on the front end. That was one thing we didn't look at on the Tor Red one, is the front end. Very good. You have the outer ring, inner light. The inner lights have the outer like ring lit up with LED, I think it is. And then the outside lights, they look good. And then the grille detail and the part of the bumper cover, the opening there, is also highly detailed with your vertical lines and such to detail it. So very nicely done by Autoworld. I just wish they would start putting side mirrors on these guys, and or at least black that out so we don't have to see that. To me, that's aggravating because it's such a beautiful car, so well done. And then we have that there. If it was blacked out, it would be tolerable, but like this, it's a little hard to ignore. So guys, that's it for our Mopar Monday. Tomorrow, we're going to do a wheel swap on a not a Charger, but a Cuda from Green Light. It is the Ram Chargers, 1970 Plymouth Cuda from Green Light, and we're going to be swapping it, the wheels on it with some M2 style wheels. They're like the Pro Stock, Pro Street style wheels, and we'll do that for you guys tomorrow, so be sure to tune back in for that, and enjoy the kickoff to your first week of November, and we will talk to you tomorrow.